Super Retro Force.
What's going on, YouTube? So a while back, probably not too long ago now, I did a video asking the retro game community a question, and then we went over your answers and went over it over video. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna do another one. We're gonna
Now that wasn't very nice.
We're gonna do another one. Sorry, I've had a little too much caffeine tonight. So this one, I enjoy doing these. First off, I enjoy doing these videos because everybody has such a great response, and it's just great to see what everybody has to say. So we're gonna jump into this one. This video is gonna be the community question was, if you were to sell your retro game collection, how would you do it? And like I said, your answers could be featured in an upcoming video. So let's see here. We're gonna just, like I said, we're gonna go over the comments. We're gonna talk a little bit about it, and even though this is videos out or whatever, if you guys have your own responses for it, make sure you leave it in the comments below so we can kind of go over it more too. Koi Fish Gaming said, if I sold, I would personally reach out to my friends and people within my local community first. Facebook Marketplace. Shipping and taxes are brutal. However, this would be all cataloged and passed on to my daughter when I pass away. What she chooses to do with it is completely up to her, but she loves the stuff. So this was something that I really agree with and I enjoy reading about too, because whenever I got great deals in the past, buying game lots and stuff like that, whatever consoles I had left over, I usually went for my friends and family first. I've sold, a few GameCubes and stuff to coworkers, same with fixing up Nintendos and stuff, and gave it to them, way underpriced, charging almost basically what I paid, what it cost me in that lot. So, I mean, obviously no profit or anything about that, but I enjoyed that because they got the nostalgia feeling back. They got games that they wanted to play, and even one guy, one of my coworkers, is still loving it till this day. He always, reminds me and says thank you for selling me that GameCube, so I could play my GameCube games again. So I really agree with that comment right there. Let's see here, and David, that's the name I know, dude, too, but I can never. Anthanolidil. I've used both eBay and local shops depending on what I'm selling, and I undersell when I do eBay so it sells fast. So I am a horrible reseller when it comes to stuff like this, because I too like to sell stuff for cheaper than it's going for, because I just like to make the quick sell, or most times just want to get it out of here. So yeah, totally what he says. But when I sold most of my game collection, I took it to my local game store. It's a mom and pop store. I love to support my local shops. So that was awesome. I got a good, trade-in for that. Plus now I got a bunch of credit there if there's something that ever pops up that I want. The Real Vesca says, I would reach out to friends and family first to see if they wanted anything I had, and then tried to sell some items to a local store in town. I would probably also try eBay, but I'd rather get rid of the stuff as fast as possible. So once again, I totally agree with this comment. I could have sat here and singled out my collection when I had the huge amount of fillers and stuff like that, but I decided that the best way to get rid of it was just get rid of it fast. So like I said, I took it to my local game store, but I am kind of starting to single some of the other stuff out and sell it on Mercari, because I enjoy I just kind of enjoy sometimes getting, even if it's just getting a little bit of credit built up on Mercari, is very nice. So Mort's Garage said, I've been selling out chunks at a time. As I sell, I get more comfortable with seeing it go. Mort's got a huge collection, guys. A very good YouTuber and stuff like that, but I think he's got the complete Nintendo 64 collection now, and it hits flea markets and stuff like that. So, and we talked in the past about having huge collections, and sometimes it's hard to let stuff go, and you just have to start doing it. So if you guys have a collection and you really, feel addicted to having it and don't want to get rid of anything, just try and start letting some stuff go and see how you feel after that. Because like Mort's, I'm sure, it was probably a struggle for Mort at first. But like he says, the more he does it, the more comfortable he is. You get desensitized towards it and you feel way better, I assure you. Everything you can get back. You can get everything back if you regret it down the road. So just remember that, you can always get it back if you regret it. Rad Bash, fellow Super Retro Force member, Speaking of that, if you guys have not checked out the Super Retro Force, make sure you go to the description below and check out the channel. You guys will enjoy it. It's a great channel. Me and a bunch of guys putting some awesome videos together. Radbash said, if I ever did, I would give to my buddies first dibs. I tend to just give the Super Retro Force guys my duplicates for free, but if I ever to sell, I would have to sell to them for the cheap. Yeah, so we're seeing a common denominator in a lot of this is, so far, is, you know, selling to friends and family first or giving them to them. Like I said, there's been a lot in the past where I've given friends just games that because I've had them. Even then, but I've had the same to me too. So like my buddy, he'll hit up Goodwill, and if he has a game that I want, I'll just like, oh, I love that game, and he'll be like, well, just have it. I'm not gonna play it. And then it's, you know, in return we do the same to each other. The retro game community in whole is pretty good. Obviously, there's some duds in the community, but generally, it's a great time. And always help out your friends and family first, because it's just, these games need to be played, guys. So make sure that you're letting other people play them. ED 209. Vinted all the way, but that's never going to happen. The games I own and buy are games I cherish and are not for reselling. Sticking to his guns. You have 20 seconds to comply. No, this is... Not everybody, like I did, builds up a massive collection of crap. Fillers. Don't intend to play them at all and then are stuck with them. You know, some people actually get the games that they're going to play and want to keep. And kudos to you guys. That's awesome. Love it. Like I said, you didn't have to comment on this one saying, you know, how you do it, but even if you wouldn't sell your collection, then that's how it goes. So definitely Casual PCs. Speaking of him, he just recently hit 1,000 subscribers, so congratulations, buddy. I haven't thought about it in a serious manner, but I'd more likely either sell it as separate lots, since most collectors of the NES don't care about Xbox, true, or if I had the time, piecemeal it on eBay. Selling as a huge lot just seems like too much of a hassle, since you just know there'll be questions about selling just this or that. And he is true. There's a lot of people out there that will pluck, you know, finger pick. Just, I just want this game. I don't want it all. I recently saw a video. I can't remember who the reseller was. He went there, and one guy thought that, I think it was Pick Your Battles Gaming, or Pick Your Battles. He said that he thought the guy was going to come to actually buy the whole lot, but he ended up only picking and choosing out of it, which is unfortunate, but it happens. He ended up selling some games, making some money. That's how it goes. But I could see that, you know, selling as a huge lot. I get that on Mercari. If I sell like an Xbox 360 lot, I'll get some comments sometimes. Hey, would you just sell Left 4 Dead 2, or would you just sell this one out of it? And for the most part, I'll tell them, well, if you're going to pay this price, I'll do it. Because it's just, a lot of times selling huge lots, just easier for me. Throw it all in a box and send it away, you know. So, yep, I totally agree with this. You know, it's all about what people's preference is for selling. Mike the Gray said, not selling them, passing on to my daughter when she gets older. So that's the second response that we've gotten, you know, passing it on to our kids. And, you know, comment down below, too, if this is something you would think about doing. Or if you do have kids, are they into gaming as much as you are? My sons, for the most part, one is really, he plays a lot of Siege. He does a lot of stuff like that. My middle boy, he kind of grew out of it. He has a PS5, but he doesn't play it as much. I think sometimes when like the new Fortnite season, maybe a new Call of Duty or something comes out, he'll play for a little while, but he kind of gets bored of it. He's more along the lines, just likes to mess around on his phone. And my youngest, Anakin, as of right now, he loves games, you know, and he's 7, so Roblox and stuff like that. But we've been playing a lot of the new NCAA, so at one point, you know, down the road, I've talked about this in the past, I would not really feel comfortable leaving a huge collection of games to my kids. And a lot of reasons that's why I want to sell this stuff is because I'd rather have the money for other stuff for them than them be stuck with all this games down the road. So yes, I mean, some people would love to have a collection, but I'd rather much have the money and do stuff with them and make memories than, you know, pass away and then just have a stack of games for them to have to figure out what they're doing. Plus, who knows? They might sell it for way under what it's worth, and we don't want that to happen. Total Level YT says, a lot of times because my mom plays games too, I give them to her if I got another version of a game, or I'm just done with it. Gave her my old PS4 when I got a PS5. And that's awesome. So, passing games along, especially to family members or anything like that, is great, especially if they love the games themselves. It's such a great option, and I'm sure his mom loves that PS4. Plus, you know, you can play games with her. If you guys can set up, I think you can set up, you know, playing PS4. She can play the PS4, you can play the PS5. If you're not in the same household, you guys can play some games together or anything like that. But these systems and stuff are for playing, and obviously I sound like a huge hypocrite considering I have a bunch of consoles sitting behind me that haven't even been hooked up in forever. And my goal down the road is probably to sell some of these so I can just get a Retron 5 and hook it up over on my main setup and just be done with having all the consoles. I'd rather just have one section. But the fact that, you know, his mom plays games, and that's awesome. I'm sure she loved that too. Easy Gamer says Heritage Auctions. Okay. I mean, it's an option, I guess. Nick T. Wolf said, I would see if anyone I know wanted anything I have first and give them away. I would probably see if I could get game stores to buy the crap games and to a store to buy. I have 3 games I would have to go to some I really trusted not to sell them. So, that was the big thing with me, was selling the fillers and stuff, was, do I want to waste the time on Mercari? Do I want to waste the time, you know, on the internet and stuff like that, trying to sell this stuff out, or can I just go and get a couple bucks for each one of them at my game stores? And that's what I did. I went to my game store with a box full of fillers, and she straight up told me, hey, I can't give you much for these. And I said, I understand, just take them. And so I think I got a couple bucks for the games, and, you know, but if you got a decent amount, a couple bucks a game for credit, especially because she gives more for credit than she would for cash. I mean, I think I gave out a box of games and got a couple rare ones that I wanted. So, I mean, cleared out a lot of space, got the stuff that I wanted, and I'm going to actually play. So, in closing, the first thing I want to say is thank you guys so much for leaving comments behind so we could talk about how you would sell your retro game collection if it came down to it. Like I said, if you guys did not get in on this community question and would like to tell me or let other people know how you would sell your collection, make sure you comment it below. A lot of common themes we saw in this was sell to family and friends first or give them away. Otherwise, yeah, just trying to sell to local GameStops was a very popular choice, and that's really probably the easiest way to do it. I really enjoyed doing this video with you guys today. We're gonna keep this going. We're gonna keep doing stuff like this in the future. I love this, seeing everybody's responses and doing kind of more of a react video instead of just kind of, you know, going in with simple idea in mind and going from there. So once again, thank you guys so much for everybody that commented. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and you made it this far in the video, please consider subscribing if you like this content. But as always, stay retro, my friends, and we will see you in the next video. Hope you guys have a great day.
Super Retro Force.